Welcome back to Cox Connections, a program that provides up-to-date information on events that affect you, our customers. Get Started Hampton Roads is a national small business series provided by Cox Business in partnership with Inc. magazine. It has awarded more than $120,000 in cash and prizes. So it's no surprise that Virginia Beach Mayor Will Sessoms recently proclaimed June 14 to 20 as Cox Business Entrepreneur Week. This was on full display June 17th when 5 entrepreneurs pitched their ideas to a distinguished panel of experts. The winner, Steve Waddell, founder of Nasoni, took an old idea and modernized it for the 21st century. Steve, welcome and congratulations.
Thank you, Emma.
So Cox Business and Inc. pulled together an expert judging panel, including Porter Gale, former VP of Virgin Atlantic, social media and marketing experts, and a local successful entrepreneur. They certainly liked what you pitched. So tell us about yourself and tell us about your winning idea.
Again, I'm Steve Waddell. I'm the founder of an innovative startup called Nasoni. And our objective is to disrupt the old bathroom fountain or faucet market.
So basically the idea combines a faucet with a fountain. Is that right?
That's correct. For years, I've always had a problem when you go to brush your teeth and rinse your mouth. There's always been the solution. You either have to have a cup beside the sink or you have to tilt your head or you use your hand. And I even tried to go to Amazon and buy these little attachments that go to the aerator, and they try to turn it into a little fountain, and they just never work right. So I've been looking for a better approach. And the process improvement person inside of me always wants to look for a better way. Thought, why not combine a water fountain and a faucet and put the two together?
Tell us a little bit more about the steps that you took to bring the idea to fruition.
Sure, absolutely. In order to make sure this was a viable concept, I went up to Home Depot and I bought a fiberglass sink like you see in people's garages. And then I bought a sink, a bathroom sink, and some valves. And I took it back to the house and I tinkered around with it. I drilled a hole in the top of it as you would have it for a fountain. Connected a garden hose to it and took it outside in the yard so I wouldn't get the garage wet, of course. And when I hooked it up and I cut the shutoff valve on to stop the downward flow, sure enough, it worked as a fountain. And I realized then, okay, now I have to engineer the solution. So I turned to a local university and I was going to have them see if they could handle this in their modeling and simulation department as a student exercise. But I didn't hear back from them. So I turned to Elance and I was able to find a CAD expert with fluid dynamics from Texas living in Thailand right now, and he did my engineering work for me.
So you have built this new faucet fountain, taking an old idea, and tell us how old an idea. What is the name Nasoni? Where does it come from?
Absolutely. In 1874, in Rome, Italy, they actually installed up to almost 2,500 of these, what they call Nasoni. They look like an oversized fire plug, and on them they actually have a tube that hangs off of them where water comes out. And if you plug the hole at the bottom, it forms a little fountain to drink out of.
So a really old idea, but engineered for today.
Exactly.
So you were getting ready for Get Started, and I understand that you had some good news almost right before you walked into the door. Tell us about that.
Well, Get Started was on the 15th, and on the 9th, I actually got approval of the patent that I'd applied for with the U.S. Patent Office. So I'm happy to say here that I brought the plaque with me to Get Started. I was able to demonstrate that.
Awesome. I know that the pitching competition, you had 2 minutes to pitch your idea to this panel of judges. Tell us about that experience.
Well, the risk management in me said I better mitigate the risk of not making it within 2 minutes, right? So I actually took my iPhone and I would set it up and I would practice giving my speech over and over and over. And it would start out at 2:39, 2:28, and like that, until I got it to under 2 minutes. And I actually finished in 1:57, so I had 3 seconds left.
And you definitely were in it to win it. Tell us a little bit about the prize and why you were really interested in entering the competition.
I actually won more than one prize. I was judge's favorite, but also I was the audience favorite. And the audience favorite paid a $250 American Express gift card, and then the judge's favorite was $5,000 in cash, and then $5,000 in prizes that include various business prizes. And the reason I was really in it to win it is I needed the money to go build that first prototype. So I set an objective and a goal to win the competition so I could get the cash to go do that. And fortunately, it worked out.
Do you have any advice for other entrepreneurs or entrepreneur would-be's who have an idea but are ready now to take that idea to the next level?
Absolutely. The first one is there are going to be naysayers along the way. And I'll give you an example. My stepfather bet me $1,000 when I told him this idea that I would never sell any of them. So
I think you're going to win that bet.
that's my goal. I definitely want to win that bet. So never give up if you really think you have an idea that solves a problem. That's one of the keys. Do you have an idea that solves a problem people have today? And then the second piece of advice I would have is there are so many new tools today that exist that didn't exist five years ago, like Elance, 99 Designs, and others. Use those tools because they can really help you grow your company.
So you see this as a product for homeowners. Does it have any business application?
Absolutely. In my pitch, I talked about how the hotel industry was caught back in 2008 not actually cleaning the bathroom glasses, and they switched to plastic cups. Plastic cups from the hotel industry are creating 16.5 tons of waste in our landfills annually. So in order to eliminate that, they could switch to this faucet fountain and not have to eat, number one, not have to buy the cups, and number two, not have to put all the waste in our landfills.
So not only a sanitary and healthy alternative, but definitely an environmentally friendly one as well.
That's true, and there's a lot of other applications we haven't even thought about, as I mentioned on the competition, like on a ship. You know, that environment could be good for it. There's a global environment as well, not just in the U.S.
Well, I was there and I heard your pitch and saw your pitch, and I know that you wowed the judges and you wowed me. I'm ready to buy one. So
awesome.
Good luck to you, Stephen. Thank you so much for being here today to tell us about Nasoni. Thanks for joining me on this episode of Cox Connections. As always, I want to personally thank you for choosing Cox Communications for your entertainment, information, and communication needs. We know you could have chosen another provider, but because you chose us, we pledge to be a friend you can trust. We promise to provide you with innovative products backed up by a talented local team of professionals that will help you stretch your dollar. And we promise to continue to make a difference in the Hampton Roads community. From all your friends and neighbors here at Cox, we thank you again for joining us on this edition of Cox Connection.